Now, who doesn't love dumplings? You know, those small, flavorful pockets? They have a universal appeal. And our next guest banked on that idea, and it seems to have paid off. Dicky's dumps are everywhere in the Lower Mainland, from Whistler to Maple Ridge, on restaurant menus and supermarkets, big supermarkets and small ones too. So let's meet the co-owners. Dickson Lee and Pearl Lamb are here with us today. Hello there and welcome.
Good morning.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Dicky's Dumps. This comes from Dickson.
That's
obviously
right. On a whim.
Okay, well, tell me about that whim. How did
we
this
just
all come about?
No, the whole name was kind of like, oh, let's call it something silly, and it's kind of stuck because a lot of my friends call me Dicky, like close friends. Like nobody really calls me Dicky, but like Dickson.
But now you're known as Dicky out in the world.
Exactly, and yeah, here we are.
Oh, but how? Okay, here you are. You say you've got the idea, the concept here, but how did the dumpling making start?
Yeah. So I run a passion project called District Local, where I share fun things happening in Vancouver. And then for Chinese New Year, a few years back, we decided to produce a Chinese New Year art show and invited Dickson to run a dumpling bar as part of the event. And needless to say, it was like a hit. We came back a few years more every Chinese New Year to run the dumpling bar, sold out in 90 minutes, and all our friends asked for it.
Okay, but all this bite-sized goodness. What about sort of the history, the cultural context for dumplings, Dicky? Dicky, I call it.
That's okay. We're friends now. We're homies now, so we're good. We're good. So it's always one of those, like, there's so many dumplings in all the different cultures, right? Obviously, one of the more popular ones is the Chinese dumpling, and it's pretty culturally significant because even between me and Pearl, like our mom passed down the recipe from our grandma, and it's just one of those things that keeps passing.
You
down
remember your mom wrapping dumplings and
together
your grandma?
It's a very like communal family activity because it takes like the whole family to come sit around the table so that you can have like hundreds and hundreds of dumplings folded. Then you'll have, you know, meals for months to come.
Right.
Exactly.
And then it's also very significant with a lot of our Chinese holidays because of the communal feel.
Yes.
You're sitting around the table doing this collectively, then you have a meal together. And also the shape is usually significant, right? It can look like...
Okay, well, let's talk about that. You brought some samples in here. We're suited up. Let's get communal, shall we, Dickson?
100%.
And where do you start with this dumpling making?
So we're gonna have a very simple dumpling fill that we're gonna make today. Anyone can make this.
Okay.
So we got a pound of pork, so 455 grams. One of the key things to doing dumpling fill is the golden ratio, right?
Okay.
Which is gonna be 70% lean pork, 30% fatty pork.
Okay.
And that you're gonna get your nice.
You need the fat to have that juiciness after they're cooked. Okay.
Exactly.
What do you
so
add to the pork?
From there. Okay, so we're gonna put it into the big bowl.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice. This is serious business. I'm feeling this community energy already. Okay.
So that's the pork, and then next we're gonna add our dry ingredients. Okay. So here there's chicken bouillon powder.
Okay.
There's cornstarch.
Okay.
And there's also white pepper.
Okay.
So we're just gonna dump all that in there. Yep.
Do I start mixing that around already?
Yep.
Okay.
So great. And then we're gonna put the last items in here. So in here, it's the liquid.
Okay.
So there's gonna be sesame oil, which is gonna get a nice flavor.
Yes.
It can be light soy.
Oh, I love that.
We're gonna get some wrappers right here.
Okay. Because you can wrap. How about if I put the meat in and then you
Let's
wrap?
do that.
Then we
Let's
sort
do
of
that.
solve that.
Okay. So board, we want to cornstarch the board a little bit so it doesn't stick.
Okay.
Okay. And then we're gonna move that out of the way. We're gonna put our wrappers down here.
Yep.
And we're gonna get our bowl of water.
Okay.
Because this is gonna help.
Again, no binders, like we don't need to use egg necessarily.
Okay, right.
So
is that about as much as I would?
Great. So these are dumpling sticks.
Okay.
You know, there's a Lady Gaga song, Dumpling Stick.
No,
I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say there will be. I'm sure there will be.
Okay, so
and they might even call them Dicky Dump sticks.
Right.
You never know.
So what I want to do is take the water.
Yeah.
And then just run a half circle.
Okay.
So this is gonna bind it, right? And then I'm gonna take your ball right there.
Right there?
That's a pretty good size. And what I want to do
Would you put a little bit more?
No, this is great.
Okay.
I think that's perfect.
Yeah. One of the key things I always like to stress is don't be greedy.
Okay.
People get kind of, I want the biggest dumpling.
You're not doing yourself any favors because you're not going to get the edges.
Exactly. And then what's going to happen is when it steams up, it also expands too, right?
Okay. Then you're going to get pops. You're going to
So
cracks.
we're going to fold the way that we do it for packaged dumplings.
Yeah.
So very easy. Okay. hold it like a taco like this.
Yes.
And then you just go half circle. Start from one end.
This part is you've only put water on the half circle.
Yeah,
Okay.
so because it
Yep,
will
I see that.
bind both sides, right? So you just keep going like this.
Oh, it's like a little pierogi.
Yeah, very
pierogi.
exactly. Because
Yeah.
pierogi is the dumpling too, right?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
But the key thing is you want to push as much air out as possible. You want the inside to be a nice airtight package because again, when it steams up, you don't want like too much room in there. So
Oh, I love that.
So now you actually technically have a dumpling already. You could cook this as long as the edges are full.
Okay.
But what we do is we actually fold this. We tap a little bit of water in there.
Yep.
Hold on to that middle.
Yep.
And then you bring it around.
Oh, I see.
And then that creates
Yeah, that looks almost like a little pasta. There's some
Exactly,
pastas
yeah,
like
like
that,
a
little ravioli or
exactly.
something.
Tortellini.
Yeah, see,
Tortellini.
there's all these cultural crossovers.
100%.
It's so cool.
That's great. Okay, so,
So we're gonna do, so that's one fold, all right?
Right.
We're gonna do one more fold.
okay.
And this
is
was,
getting artsy.
so-
Okay, well,
yeah.
I'm gonna have to make another little.
So same thing, we're just
think
gonna
about
run
this.
a half circle in here.
I think I put too much.
And
I
then
want to be.
that's perfect.
Oh, sorry, that's
We got
that's
it.
good size. Oh,
Yeah, I can make it
maybe a
work.
little
So
big. Okay.
usually what I try to do is like flatten it a little bit.
Yep.
Then that way it's a little bit easier to work with.
Okay.
And then this one is what we call the traditional gaozi fold or
Right.
gyozas, right? That's
It's gonna be
and-
kind of meditative. I
Yeah,
think,
it
when
is.
you're doing this in a group
It
setting. Right?
is,
You're
it is.
talking and you're folding.
and then people get competitive sometimes too, and they're like, "Oh, my dumpling looks better than your dumpling." Take it. So
Okay, let's check it out.
this one we're gonna pinch the top,
Okay.
and then this finger right here, again, holding like a taco. I push it, and
Okay.
then you pinch.
Oh,
Push.
you're making some little folds
Pleats,
in there. Isn't that beautiful?
So we're gonna just keep pushing.
This isn't your
and
first dumpling.
Not
This isn't
at
your
all.
first rodeo.
Imagine
is
it
Dickson?
was. And I try to get 8 pleats in here because us Chinese
the-
people, we like good luck, right?
It's
So
a lucky number.
there you go, and you have your second fold
Oh,
right
I
there.
see that. They're both beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, now we have these two possibilities. What do you do with them now? How do
Okay.
you cook them?
So our dumplings are very versatile. So we like to pan fry, steam, or boil.
Okay.
So you could treat them like wontons. You could treat them like a gyoza. You could treat them like a steamed dumpling.
What's your favorite?
That's like asking
Okay.
who's your favorite child.
Yeah.
Depends
you know,
on the
right?
time of year, I'm sure, and
Exactly.
time of day, and all of that. Okay,
Exactly.
they're all delicious, but what have you brought in for us today?
Okay.
So in this nice little bamboo steamer, we have our steamed shrimp and scallop dumplings.
Okay, oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So
Now, what have
we
got
brought
here?
dim sum to
Okay,
you.
okay, we appreciate. We're going to have to get through a quick tasting here. What
Yeah.
would you garnish this with?
We're gonna put a little bit of cilantro on
Yeah,
here,
cilantro.
right? And then we're gonna put a little bit more onion on here. 'Cause-
Can't go wrong there. And what
Right.
kind of sauce do
This
I put
is
on here?
our signature dumpling sauce, this one right here.
This one, okay.
So it's a mixture of soy sauce,
Okay,
fermented black vinegar, and sesame oil.
love it. I'm going to try one of these, but you've
do.
also brought in one that you've pan fried. So this one, what we're seeing on this plate, maybe you can get in a little bit closer here and take a look at this plate. This is they all come together, then you get a little bit of kind of unified crunchiness.
Yeah,
in
we call
between.
this crispy bottoms.
Yeah, I
So
love it. Well, I'm
we're gonna
have
break
one of
that
these
apart.
Soft ones. Thank you so much for coming in. I'm going to finish with
Thanks
a
for having
taste
us.
because I'm not going to be able to talk after I taste. But thanks for the dumpling demonstration. Where
Our
can we
pleasure.
find Dicky's Dumps?
Go on our website, dickiesdumps.com, go to the stockist page. We're in, you got it. We're in Stong Supermarket, Meridian Farm Market, Gourmet Warehouse.
Yep. So we go check out our
Just
bunch
Gonna
of
give her a
partners.
moment to enjoy.
Gorgeous. And look at all of the flavors you have. Thank you so much.
Thank
Pearl
you.
Dickson,
Thank you.
really appreciate
Thanks for having
you
us,
coming
Gloria.
in. Great to meet you.
Awesome.
I'm moving on. More dumplings.
Enjoy.
So
Please eat
good.
them
I can
all.
poke them, right?
Yeah, you can poke
so
them, yes.
good.